I'm back, mostly. How's everybody doing out there? I am still having trouble seeing everybody's chat, so eesh, give me just a moment. Alright, we're going to get into some Minecraft. I hope everybody enjoys some relaxed Minecraft. The goal of what we're doing today, we're going to build a fully functional theme park, which I've already started on my own over the last, I don't know, year or two. But no, I'll give you a quick tour of what I've got built so far. But yeah, I've got a Ferris wheel. Let's see. Wait time, I'm not waiting 90 minutes. Fast pass is the way to go. Look at all those people in the line. But fully functional Ferris wheel. It's pretty cool. We'll get into the red brick Ferris wheel and we'll take a look out over the village here. I hope you guys hear me okay, because I am not seeing anything in chat. I don't even know if notifications work. I don't know if chat's working. It's been so long since I have done this. This is crazy. Exit through the gift shop, huh? I can't buy anything, can I? So this is not finished, but this is primarily what we're going to be working on for the next 1,000 years, it feels like. But this is the Pirates of the Caribbean with a floating boat. Don't ask how they got up there. I do not know. So we're going to go through the long queue here. A bunch of barrels and cannons and all sorts of crap. Of course, it wouldn't be a... Hey, there he is. What's up, buddy? Got the gold. So even the queue is going to be a little bit interactive one day, so at least that's my goal. But it's not the priority. But we go through the line, and I'll have some music playing in here. Of course, I'm not playing any music in here while on stream, but, you know. Yes, I have a fast pass. Bye. See you later. Bye. Ooh. Get on the boat. Just take a ride for what little we have right now. There we go. So we've got a lot of work done. It's not all done, obviously, and the ride path that the vehicle is on right now is it's just a test right now, so just to see what its capabilities are and everything else. But as you can see, we are nowhere near done, but this is what we're working on right now. And of course there'll be a separate station here. Let me go ahead and just do this. There'll be a separate station over here somewhere for the unloading. You're at the store, but you're here. Nice. I'm going to build a unloading station and everything else. And yes, this is not in survival. You can kiss my butt. I am not doing all this build in survival. I'm too old for that shit. But yep, the best part about this is here. Let me show you something here. So just like in the real ride, you will find little tunnels all throughout the attraction. So if the ride breaks down, you'll be able to get out, go through the, you know, the back, the behind the scenes of the ride, and eventually you can get right back up in to the ride queue through a series of doors, tunnels, and pathways, which they are extensive. No matter where you end up, you will find a way. That way it doesn't break the illusion inside, because like if you look at that building right there, I'll show you what's kind of cool, is like when you're in here and you're standing in the line, it looks like stars in the sky. Isn't that kind of awesome? I like the idea because it really kind of sets the scene more or less. But we've got a lot of building and boring building to do today. We got to finish this wall right here to enclose this section in. Now, once we're done building here, we'll go ahead and finish out the cave system. And if anybody's watched a video like on YouTube or whatnot, you'll see that the like if you find a point of view, you'll find that you go through a cave system first, kind of builds into the story, and then once you're done in the cave system, it goes into, I believe it's first drop. It's been a while since I've been there, but we used to go to Disney all the time. I mean, like all the freaking time. So but yep, time to just start placing blocks. Oh wait, you guys might want to actually see how this ride works. Let me go down here and show you that. Hold on just a minute. I gotta answer a phone call. Okay, sorry about that. This is my local VA office reminding me that I have an appointment. So basically, you build a contraption that sits on this minecart, and you can see the glass that goes all the way up, and that actually is attached to the bottom of the ride vehicle that you guys see. And when the quote-unquote ride operator hits that button up there, it will actually start this process. And let's see if I can't do that real quick like. Oops. In there. So to go up and then down the waterfall, so on and so forth, and it just follows this track all the way through. Now, eventually I will have it to where you can have multiple ride vehicles, quote unquote, you know. I don't want to get into too many, but if you notice, it will follow whatever this cart path is, including elevation. Um, you can have it speed up, slow down, and stuff like that through a lot of these different things. So if we go over here, we'll see that the ride vehicle is right there. And it's literally just following a cart path. Which, at the end of the day, it's kind of cool. And I gotta open these. Because I started it downstairs, it got out of sync. But like the doors here will automatically open, you know, when the ride vehicle gets here, and they automatically shut when you hit the go button here. Well, they're supposed to automatically start. There we go. We got it this time. And of course, it's raining again. And it's dark. So yeah, at least we have a good idea of what at least we've found out the viability of the ride vehicle. A general basic layout. We're doing it one section at a time. But all of this over to this stone right here is going to be the ride. So it's going to be a very big undertaking, but I think I'm going to enjoy doing it. So it is what it is. So let's just get to the grind. Oh, nice. I'm off by one. Now I can actually see. And yes, I do know there are tools to do this mostly automatically, and I'm honestly not worried about that. I don't mind spending the time to place the blocks. As long as you guys don't. I honestly just, the reason I do it in survival isn't because of the block placing constraint. It's the grinding for the materials. And if anybody's known me over the years, you know how much I hate to grind for materials. That is like one of the worst things I can do because it's the most boring and it doesn't feel worth the time. But yes. Has anybody ever noticed that one of the worst things about Minecraft rain is even if you use the command to stop the rain, it comes right back later? How horrible is that? That really kind of messes me up, man. So the reason I'm using the black concrete is primarily it creates a very dark room when you're done. So you can add whatever elements of light you want, any of the ambience. I mean, like in the loading area, you can see how like adding stars in the night sky and stuff like that. You can actually add clouds that are very difficult to distinguish what they actually are when you have the dark like this. It makes it very, very easy to do. And okay. The eastern facing wall is done for this particular area. So basically what it is the ride vehicle go through all these caves that are over on this side here. Okay. Haven't quite figured out exactly where I'm going with them, but they will be done. Because obviously I'm not going to do a one-to-one with the actual Pirates of the Caribbean, whether it's in Orlando or Disneyland or Shanghai, but I'm going to try to add elements to all of those to this ride, if at all possible. I got to figure some of those things out and go from there. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I kind of want to be a little bit more traditional than the Shanghai one, even though I love the Shanghai one. I would love to go to that Disney just to ride that one. I mean, I've been to the one in Tokyo, I've been to the one in California, been to the one here in Central Florida. Um, my I would love to go to the one in Hong Kong, and I would love to go to the one in Shanghai, and I would actually like to go to the one in Paris too. But that's for another time. Money, that's what it boils down to, is money. Why is my camera doing that? Anyhow, that looks better. Now I've also got to cover the roof in, some type of a half block of some sort in order to keep these guys from spawning. That's one of the hardest things to do, is to keep these guys from spawning in your stuff. But that'll come in time, I'm sure. Excuse me. But yeah, see, like this pattern here it's quite good for adding stars to the field, because when you're looking at it from a distance, and if say there was no ambient light coming in here, that would look like a star in the sky. So hi, Clara. How is my favorite niece out of my favorite niece from my brother? There, I'll wave to the camera. Oh, I enjoy Toast as my brother, my real world brother. Love him to death. Great dude. Incredible human being. Highly suggest you go follow his Twitch channel. You can do that. She's smiling. That is awesome, man. Look, Clara, your uncle is playing Minecraft. Here, I'll give her the tour. The Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Okay? Let's hit that, and then we'll take a ride. It's not finished, obviously. She loves Minecraft. Well, this is my private server. You guys are always welcome to join it. It is Java Edition, but so far I've just the vehicle is just set for testing right now. This is not its final path, but this is going to be like a full one-to-one, version of my Pirates of the Caribbean. But I mean, it's kind of cool. But we'll go backwards through the queue here. Oh, hello, Zambi. We'll go backwards through it, kind of give you guys the... If she loves Disney, I'm getting ready to build a theme park in this server, so... Here, let me just skip the line. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's got the village. Here you go. This one she'll really like. We'll take her on the Ferris wheel. Of course, the current wait time is with 90 minutes with invisible people. You can't see them; they are there. So we're gonna go through the fast pass. But a fully working Ferris wheel that you can get on. Enjoy your ride. You can see all the sights and the sounds of the park from here. I plan on doing Space Mountain. I plan on doing like all the rides, Star Tours and all that crazy stuff, so... Oh, believe me, I plan on doing an Epcot, an Animal Kingdom. I plan on doing like the studios, like all of it. You know, I've even got a basic gift shop ready to, well, kind of set up and ready to stock with products. But yeah, yeah, we're gonna go for like a full immersion once everything is completed. Like this is the queue line for the Pirates ride, and I mean it's gonna be pretty cool when I'm done. Um, just to give you an idea, like we actually have a monorail system that will take you pretty much anywhere you want to go throughout this quote unquote kingdom. Um, even has a board that tells you when the train's coming. So the lime train will be here in like a minute. And the lime just circles back around to this side where you can get on it here. And it tells you what station is next and all this other. We have the black line over here, which is Nick's side of the property. But yeah, it's kind of cool. We got so much more than that on this server. It'd be quicker for me to just fly you through. There's only about just shy of a dozen people on the server, so. But you guys are more than welcome to join it. And cut out your own little piece of the server. So there's the train. I'm not going to get on it because that'll just take us right back to where we were. But Shannon has a place on this server. Christina, Jackie, they're all on the server. And of course, this is the cherry forest. And the cherry forest has walkways and picnic areas and even has a floating village. I mean, it's a decent server. It's a lot of fun. Now, this is kind of one of the coolest parts. Alright, I'm going to show you this. Because we're going to wait right here on this train platform for the train. I bet you Epcot wasn't that crowded, was it? Oh, train. It was packed? Maybe the snowbirds came in. Oh, they were doing the card packs. They started doing that again? Okay, cool. Shannon made that. It's an ice slide for the boats. So yeah, we've got the This is the main spawn area. This is where people spawn in right now on the server. But once we're done with the actual theme park, that will change. And let's see. Why, hello there. Got the barracks. Has a raccoon in it. Got the main hall. And then this has got to be my favorite room coming up here. Why do we have a raccoon in here? Trash pandas not allowed. The cathedral. This took me so many hours to make. Built a doctor? No. But we do have a prison for bad people. And I'll show you that. Let's see. There we go. This is a full prison, complete with a helicopter pad. So, yeah, let me... Best part, this is the control room. So we can... All cell doors are open. All cell doors are now closed. And there's literally no way out once you're in there. I mean, we could build a whole hospital if you want. So it's even got the yard out here. We haven't put the basketball court in yet, but there will be one. This is our trading center, which actually needs some beautification. You can do, whoops. You can come in here and trade. I think they're all upgraded. Yep, master. So if you need to trade anything, we have it tradable. All the different things, you know, armorer, toolsmith. That should be a Fletcher. Another toolsmith. Mason. A farmer. But it's cool. We've got pretty much everything covered. And there's plenty of room here to grow. So like if your player wants to set up a shop inside of here, you can set up your shop in there and sell stuff. She requested a hospital with ice cream for sick people. You know what? We're gonna do it, but we gotta finish building the Pirates ride first. You know? That's kind of the key. Let's see, Christina, she built this parkour course over here, which I very much suck at doing this, so. Ugh. But yeah. It comes all the way up over here. Forget what some of these signs, up or down. And this is kind of the goal spot up here. And you just splash. And this is the main station. So you've got your train tracks down here and fully ready. Hands off the escalator. It takes you upstairs and back to the monorail system. And then this is Jackie's house. Your Aunt Jackie, this is her house up here. She's got the grandest tree house of them all. And then this is Christina's house in here. And then Shannon has this one in here. This is Shannon's house, your Aunt Shannon. Then I built this cool little thing. Right, ready? Ready? We're gonna go up here and it's a bouncy house. Oh, we have pandas, chicken egg farm, which collects eggs, which it's full. We got the the cows. We got the mushrooms. All the different things with rabbits and all sorts of weird stuff. And then we'll go back out this way. Oh, I gotta show you this. Jackie is a huge fan of Stray Kids, so I built her that. The Stray Kids logo. It's gigantic. Shannon built this. I'm not sure what it is, but it's pretty. But this is like the boat track that Shannon built. And then over here, if you ever want to do that fell from a high place challenge and live, this is that challenge right here. You just get on this. Select your floor. It's a long ride. And just send it back when you're done. And you come up here and stand right on here. Oh no. There it goes. And you fall and fall and fall and fall all the way down into the water, and you earn your challenge. Oh, where's the elevator? We gotta call the elevator. There's the elevator. Yeah, we call that hell. And that brings us right back to here. We'll send the elevator back. That way it's ready for the next person to try. Oh, well, I was going to say we could take that, but we'll just go meet it at the next station. There's a lot to explore here, Clara. That's our conductor, a frog. We have a frog conductor. Oh, my camera went off again. Don't know why it's been doing that, but it's been doing that. Patiently waiting. There we go. I have to take you out to the other station. No, did it just leave? It just left. Blah. I guess we'll show you this castle. Complete with a working drawbridge and everything. I have to go open it. Oh no. It's got the working gates and everything. It's kind of cool. Oh, hello. So like this whole area, you see all these little hoppers. If you come in here, it collects them all. Collects, well, let's see, it goes to the end, I guess. Why are these, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, why are all these empty? But yep, you can get loot directly from this killing field out here. This is kind of cool. Alright, if we go in here, this is a labyrinth. In this labyrinth spawns all sorts of creatures. It has traps. There's some salt. How are you there, good sir? Sir. But, yep, you'll stand right here and somebody will pull a lever and you will end up into this labyrinth. And there are traps. Let's see, like this spot right here. That opening will close eventually. There it goes, watch. It's not closing. There it goes. So there's even moving walls and everything else. You're doing fine, man. That's good. No, this is not iRacing. This is called Minecraft. Minecraft. So this monorail will take you all the way out to another player that's on the server. And they've been doing some pretty cool stuff over here. They have completely mined this whole thing out. Wow, they took all the trees. That is a lot of clearing. And they've got a working shipping container. Crane. And I think they got it actually working through here. Oops. Maybe it's not working. It should be working because it's set up to work. There we go. It's only taking part of the container, but there it's lifting. It's really slow. Yeah, that's weird because I have set the title, I set everything the way it should have. And for some odd reason, it just does what it's going to do. I changed it again. Hopefully it won't change back. Yeah, but a lot of this stuff is really cool. They're doing a good job decorating on the server and everything. You'll let me know? Okay. But like, look at this house. You are that kind of friend. I wouldn't expect anything less. Like, nothing less. Yeah, you can't see. Can't read that because the rail is in the way. Damn straight. Here comes the monorail. Yep. This train, I gotta rebuild this one because you get kind of stuck in here. When you try to get out of the seat, it like pushes you in a place you can't really get out of sometimes. But we'll see. There we go. But anyhow, we're going to get back to building all the things. Just because. guess that's the only way I'm going to be able to place those. Because my idea here is to get the ambient light out of there without seeing the light source. And I think this is the only really real way I can do that. So from down here, that should be able to be seen. You'd have to be all the way over here to see it. That works. I think I may change that to like redstone lamps eventually. That way we can turn them on, turn them off. Like to emulate if the ride breaks down, you know, that kind of thing. Just see how that works. We've got a long way to go. I'm just going to take this all the way out so I don't keep going past it. we go. I think that works. I mean, yes, this is the most boring part of it, but I don't know. I don't mind it. Not much, I guess. Block, 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 block. This is a journey. It's a long journey. One block at a time. I've also got to learn how to do the animated armor stands. So that way I can make it look like pirates moving, like animatronics. Not gonna lie, it's kind of cool. I've seen it before. I used it in an older server, but I'm not sure if it can be done on this server or not. I have to make sure I have the right mods installed. Because right now I've got the create mod in this server, which I really love this mod, but it's still on 20.1, I believe. Yeah, 1.20.1. So it's not the latest, but it's got a whole bunch of mods in it, you know. Alex's mods, like, so all the animals and stuff like that. Yeah, eventually I guess I'll open the server up to public. I mean, always be nice to have other builders come and join while it's still private. That'd be kind of cool to get some other people building. I mean, Lord knows I could use the help, right? My kick stream keeps kicking off. What is going on over there? I don't know, I had that problem doing that 24-hour Daytona race too. And I can't even tell if Rumble's working, none of it. So I don't know what's going on. But the Twitch and the YouTube streams are actually really good right now. They look like they're really good shape, honestly. Click, 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 click. halfway done. Just a little bit over halfway done. That and chat messages from some of the other platforms aren't showing. I mean, I'm able to read them over here on my other screen, but they're not showing on the screen you can see. Kind of disheartening, to be honest. I was looking somewhere else. Got me. Two-thirds of the way there. Almost there. The grind is real. You're getting there. Only like 6 more rows to go. I do believe this is killing me. we're on our second to last one right now. Yes, sir. Last row. Nope, wrong way. Yeah, so that does provide enough ambient light to kind of be relevant, I guess. And you can't see it from the ground level, but you can kind of see the glow of it right through there. Which that's good. So I'll probably turn that into like redstone lamps that I can run on a switch from the quote-unquote control room and go from there. Alright, so let's go ahead and close this part in. Sorry guys, you are going to be evicted. Bye. Have a nice trip. Oh man, I got some heartburn. So those two big openings that are there, just to my left, those are for the ride vehicle to enter and exit this particular room. So that way, we can go to the next building with them. Because this is just the first show building. The next, those two are gonna be like tunnels and stuff like that to the main show building. Because there's going to be, like with the real Pirates of the Caribbean, there are definitely some. I will try my best to find a picture of like the blueprints for the one in Orlando. I'm going to try to base it on that style. It's not going to be exact, so yeah. Like I said, it's going to have elements from the Shanghai, bleh, the Disneyland, Disney World, Tokyo one. I don't think they have one in Tokyo. I don't know. It's been so long since I've been there. I know when I was over in Japan, this was in the early 90s, and they had just opened Star Tours in the Disneyland Tokyo. Unlike the original one, which was in, I guess they called it MGM Studios at the time here. Alright, we are completely enclosed on this side, which is awesome. So what I'm going to do next is actually open up the light through here for now. That way we can see what the heck is going on. It's a little bit better. I need to check some stuff real quick. I mean, all the titles should be correct across the platforms, but like on Rumble, it's showing that I'm not even live right now. Which is really freaking weird, man. It shows my stream is upcoming. And I don't understand why it's like doing what it's doing here. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. Please. It says like, I don't know, man. This is freaking weird. Sorry, I just want to make sure that this is set up correctly, guys. Sorry. Keep saying an error occurred. I don't know how this Rumble thing works very well. I mean, if you guys know, that would be really nice to know, because that would help me tremendously. Use template. Right now. So it worked fine last weekend. This is crazy. I know not what is going on. Just putting my placeholder in there, and I'm not quite sure why it's doing what it's doing, so keeps saying ended, and I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing. When I go back to restream, and I go to, yeah, it's just not showing on Rumble. I mean, I'm okay with just YouTube and Twitch right now. Could always try to go back to Kick and see what it does. Sending data. It says streaming. And then it says unable to connect. I mean, I can show you here. So it says Kick is streaming, then it goes unable to connect. But if I take that off and then I guess I have to do this again. Let me pull this over here. Oh. Turn that back on. It says offline. You already have an active live. Click here. Into that one. Yes. Now let's go back to here. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Sending data. So this is what's happening. And I'm not quite sure how to fix that. So I'm not going to worry about it any longer today, because that takes away from our time here. Okay, let me get this over there. We'll go back into here. And for those of you that may be just joining us, this is the plan. We have this nice little village which I'm going to turn into shops and stuff like that, and a monorail system and all this other stuff. We got a Ferris wheel. We've got the likes of building the Pirates of the Caribbean. And that's what we're currently doing, is we're going to build this fully all the way out to over here. I got this little cornerstone out here that tells us our length, but it's going to be fully operable. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens. You know. But that's where we're at right now. For those of you that want to see us go through the queue of Pirates of the Caribbean, we'll do that. Actually, we should call it something, Pirates of the Minecraftian. How's that? The queue. Of course, I'm going to take some of the light down in here, just enough to where nothing spawns in here. You know? You got stars in the sky. Sorry, little dude. But yep, we can set the boat up and it goes out. We'll just follow it instead of riding in it. It goes up here and then down the waterfall, through the cave system, which that's all the farther I've gone with it, and it will go throughout the ride, including elevation changes and so on and so forth. The track that's down below right now is a temporary track, just a kind of a proof of concept type deal. But as you can see, it just follows the minecart. And wherever this minecart goes, that's where the boat goes. And when it gets back into the station, it closes and opens like all the stuff. See how it automatically opens the gates to allow the next passengers in. Now, there will be drop-off station over here somewhere, which I haven't even. I got to finish most of that ride before I can do that, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to take a quick few minutes. I will be right back. Do not go anywhere. Alrighty, I am back. Hello, Angel. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm just trying to make sure. You can't see the mic, but I hope you can still hear me. Yeah, your new favorite Rev? I don't know about that. I haven't really changed. And you're not trouble. Not by any means. There you go. Take a ride on the Ferris wheel. He was just in here. He may be lurking. You're in his ears. I bet. See, we get off that ride and then we go through the gift shop that is not done yet, but it will be. Did I show you this? Wrong way. Are you not hearing me? Yeah, you should be hearing me. Or maybe not. And maybe I'll just bring the mic back over here and maybe you can hear me better now. Yep. Now this is literally, it's not finished, but the ride vehicle will, I have to adjust it to, you can see how it rides on a track down here. But this was just for testing more or less. So the vehicle path that it takes is not the path that it's going to go. But yeah, even when the vehicle comes back in, it even opens the gates automatically and everything. And it's kind of cool because, like, see how I did all that black concrete, but it looks like it has stars in it. So I just put these blocks in. It works. And it's quite extensive because, like, there's even spots like this. Okay, to where if I go in here, whoa. If the ride quote unquote breaks down, you can get off the ride and go through the backstage of the ride, so to speak. There's another door, like if you get stuck over here, you still have a place to go. And all these doors will lead you right back to the queue. You come down over here and go down into the void to where all the operations are, blah 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 blah. You know, it's kind of cool. And over here. Here's that cave. And of course this cave will continue all the way around. I better close that door. There we go. It will continue all the way through this area and stuff like that. It's going to be alright when I'm done. It's going to take a little while to get it done, but I mean, this is taking me months as it is. But yeah. Even have a monorail system. Oh, here comes a monorail now. That's our driver. Oh, my back is killing me. And of course, this takes you to other parts of the server, which I'm not going to get into right now. We're just going to get off here. I'll show you the castle. So, like, it's got a drawbridge that actually works. It's got porticles that come down and then a big wooden door that closes. I'll do that for y'all. Let's do the drawbridge. There it is. And then it's got these porticles that come down. And then of course we can shut this big ass door right here. It's kind of sweet. But there's so much more on this server, I couldn't sit here and show it all to you. Thank you. But I've accomplished my mission for today. I have enclosed this whole space in up to about here. And I gotta start, I think tomorrow I'm gonna start building more of the cave system, and then work on like the hologram and things like that. The Davy Jones hologram. See how well that works. I got a lot to study for that before I can do that. But like, if anybody here has ever rode like a Pirates of the Caribbean, it's gonna have a bunch of those different types of elements in it. And it'll be fun. I mean, here's a pirate ship on its side. Yeah, like this isn't even the main show building. The main show building will be way out here, where it'll have like the full-size pirate ships fighting it out and that kind of thing. It'll be a lot of fun when it's done. It's just going to take an awful lot of time. I am not cheating. I am doing what I want. Bruna. Mr. Bruna. You can call it what you want. I ain't gonna sit here and spend hours upon hours sitting there grinding just to build 3 inches of stuff. Just saying. Not my style to grind. And I think you already know that. One block at a time takes forever. You call it flying around cheating? I call it getting shit done. I ain't got time to be waiting on that shit. How many times you would die trying to build something like this? Don't you even? It's called time. I ain't got that kind of time. Lazy ass. To you. There. Now we are completed to this point with the roof. And building these caves takes an absolute shit ton of time. It really does. My boiled catfish. I got your boiled catfish. You lamau me, pal. Door. Hold on. My chat is fucked up. Oh, where is he? Don't have time to build, but you'll bring the TNT. I know you couldn't resist, man. You may come back to iRacing once I get settled into the new job. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be real awesome. I'd love to see it. I don't know. It'd be really tough. Kissing walls. Why are you kissing walls? I mean, that's almost as bad as licking windows. Come on. Kai really kind of screwed us over with that, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, he'll be kissing the walls. Now he can be rubbing them for good luck. There's a difference. Oh, man. See, all these guys are sitting there spawning in here. And the only way I can get it to not make them spawn is to put these things in. Otherwise, it'll blow up my customers, and I can't have them blowing up my customers. No customer blowing up. See, that's the downside. You know, you're 100% right. It is a lot easier to find drivers in iRacing than it is pilots in DCS. I think a lot of it has to do with, um, to be honest, the it takes a lot more brain power to fly one of those planes than it does pretty much anything else. So and only your really dedicated people are going to spend the time, you know. Yeah, nothing should spawn in here anymore. Yeah, that's true. Unless you're like the Grim Reapers, which they've got a line of people always wanting to join them. You know? I mean, there's a couple other squadrons that are pretty big, but not quite as well known as the Grim Reapers. I mean, it would almost be advantageous to um, join with them and create your own sub squadron with them. The Sheepdog Squadron. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, I know you do. But boy, they provide a lot of good resources. To be honest, I'm not trying to take anything from you there, but they have a resource. The amount of resources they can provide to you is quite extensive. Let's see. I'm gonna get some temporary light in here. Because whatever I do here, I want to make sure that it's going to work. uh, They can be, and that's fine. I mean, I understand it. I know you understand it, but it doesn't follow what you want, and I understand that too. So they can be very strict, which, like I said, it's understandable. It really is. That's going to be really tough, Bruno. It will be a very tough thing to get started. I kind of like that. I think this looks good. I think I'm going to put a couple of giant stalactites up here. Yeah, you could advertise on stream. You could advertise in some of the Reddit threads. You could advertise in a lot of places, Facebook communities and everything. Of course, on Twitter or X, whatever, that kind of thing. And that would go with DCS and iRacing. iRacing, I see people freaking looking for teams or in leagues all the time, you know? Like all the time. And one of the things that I've noticed is team-based racing is becoming more and more prevalent to where, somebody wants to just start their own team, join a league with their team, you know, and they grow that way. And when the time is right, they decide that that's the right time to start their own leagues. Hey, welcome back. No, I was saying that that's a great idea to advertise, not just on stream, but go to X, go to the Reddit forums. There are a ton of people always looking for a team versus a league. And once you've established a good team, you can start a league when your numbers really start to expand. I mean, because there's subreddits, there's Reddits, there's Facebook communities, there's so much out there waiting. So many people looking, but the whole team thing is more prevalent today than it's ever been. I can help you, dude. I'm serious. I mean, look what the team I'm coaching for endurance racing did this week. I'm very proud of those guys. You know what I mean? They did an amazing job. You can. I've learned some better coaching techniques too. So, no, seriously, I've learned some pretty good coaching techniques that I really think could really work well for you, to be honest. A lot of the problems most people have is understanding situational awareness, you know, and once they get that, it's like a whole different world. You know what I mean? It really becomes something that's almost like an epiphany, like an incredible eye opener when they figure out what to look for in a specific situation. Um, Trying to think of a good example. There's several of them actually. One of them would be like, um, when you find yourself in a specific situation, like right before, if you had two cars in front of you and you're right here, but you're definitely faster than them, but they're only giving you enough to barely fit your car in. What's the right move? Advance your position, possibly cause some chaos in the moment, or wait for one of them to make the mistake. Having a little bit of patience in that kind of a situation is like one of the biggest keys to being successful. You just wait, one of them makes a mistake and, ends up sliding up into this guy. Just take it down on the inside. Don't overdrive your car, don't outdrive your grip, so on and so forth. And it's a kind of a thing where you take a step back, wait for them to make that mistake, and then capitalize on their mistake without you going above and beyond what you could possibly do in that moment. If you can see where your mistakes are and then capitalize on other people making those mistakes, that's the key to the racing. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to remove this one. I think I like that a lot better. You should be able to see through there a little bit. Of course, I'll make this a little bit less of a straight line. Okie dokie. Are you? Sorry, I missed that message. I got too focused. What's this one gonna be? Just training? Okay. I mean, that'll work. I totally just got way too fixed on what I was seeing. Blah. Oh man. Just a moment, folks. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. Had to take a phone call. The wife was calling. She's off of work. Which actually means it's almost time for me to call it a day. I'm going to finish up a couple little things here. And then in tomorrow's stream we will continue building the cave system. Yep, that's what we're doing. Alrighty, folks. Appreciate all of you guys for showing up today. We will see you tomorrow. Should be around 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're just going to go until it's time to not go anymore. Yeah, I appreciate it. Bruna, have a good one. Everybody that came in and showed me some support today, God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here. And until next time, we will see you then.